Every season, there is new women to be liking. So today, we're going to be starting something that I would like to call seasonal baddies, where we basically look at certain shows and basically pick out certain characters that I think is fine as hell, and that's essentially how we're going to be. Now, if this actually does well, for some shocking reason, I'll continue to do it, but that only depends on how well this video actually does. Also, side note, I don't know anything about these shows outside of one show that I watched, so if you get mad at me about not necessarily knowing anything, I don't care. Mitsuri, I literally don't know anything about her, what she does, and what's her end goal of anything. But I do know that she is basically the watermelon chick, because she has the strawberry look to her, and the watermelon feel to her as well, and all at the same time. She looked like a big ass, sexy ass, not even kidding when I say this, watermelon Sour Patch Kid. She looked like that, honestly. And you know, she having two jugs, so essentially that fits with the theme of things. So, you know, the joke pretty much writes itself. If she actually does like eating watermelon, then she's invited to the cookout. Yuzuria Ripley is honestly one of the people that I feel like is like a Simmer and Conquer character. That's outside the fact that, you know, she's a lot more dangerous and actually would do more damage than any of those girls could ever do. Just by looking at her design, I feel like her and Juri would just go to a club and just straight up shank a dude just because they just wanted to rob his stuff and just to do it just for fun. Poor bastard didn't even stand a chance. And one of her own powers is, from what I at least understand, is that she can bust on herself, which honestly, looking kinda right though. Now if only if I can use my powers to bust all over her, then that'll make it even better. This woman. This woman right here. Honestly, Kill Maria is gonna be giving Shadow the Hedgehog nightmares over that name. Maria! But essentially, she is fine as hell. I like her. How has no one talked about her? You know, honestly, even though she's strong as hell, and that's something I can definitely vibe with, what I think I vibe with more, strangely enough, is her freaking laugh. That laugh actually can cure cancer. And to be honest, she might be like the second best baddie in the entirety of last season. I'm not gonna lie to you. From at least from a different show, she is. Don't know anything about this show outside the fact that the baddies in this show are literally the term. They are just straight up bad. I want her. Don't know a dick about them. Don't necessarily care. And if they cause me some problems, well, I'm gonna have to come through and have to hypnotize some bitches so we can actually get some things going. That just is what it is. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Misogyny. Honestly, Akane is just like the best damn girl. I ain't gonna necessarily hold you outside of maybe I, who unfortunately was stabbed, but I mean, you can still kind of do something with that. Yes, she did have her problems with, you know, her whole acting thing and almost wanting to end herself, but at the same time, she's a really good actor. And when she definitely pulls off some of those impressions, I'm not necessarily gonna hold you. If she can pull off an impression just like she did with Aqua's mom, then I'm not necessarily gonna lie. You know, what other kind of impressions could she pull? Like, could she do a Junko impression? Because I ain't gonna necessarily lie, I'm gonna have to cheat off the real Junko to go ahead and just clap Akane's cheeks in the bed real quick, because she pulling off on that impression a little bit too good, honestly. Junko, step your game up! I like Kuroko. That's basically the whole thing about it. Now I know there's like something about her gender that people was weird about, and apparently that she has like the mind of a boy, but actually it's like, you know, having a female body, which, haha, that's your canon, not my canon. If this was my canon, if this was Koikatsu, I can guarantee you it's gonna be a female all the way. And I can guarantee you, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off by saying this, but I'm gonna impregnate that ass, and she's gonna be the nicest ass female you will ever see. You don't like it? You shouldn't came here. But anyway, honestly, out here causing all this discourse, asking if she's trans, well, the only thing she needs to do is transfer my nut into her mouth. Ah ha ha. Misogyny. All the hoes in this show is bad. Honestly, there's not a single character in this show that I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't clap cheeks on. There's no one in the show I wouldn't necessarily do. Even with this man literally turning into this fine piece of ass, I'm not necessarily gonna hold you. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to take a chance with it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a chance with it. As long as he don't try to teleport and do the same bullshit that he did to Roy, then F that. It is what it is. But honestly, there's not a single bad woman in this show. But you got Mitama. What, you want some of a Seal? You want some of a Laurel as well? Like, she one of the finer ones. You want some of that, I don't know, Ataru cake, which honestly is the queen of this damn show, considering the fact that she literally is like a second Konako. I'm all good for that. So definitely when it comes down to things, I would say Kamikatsu has some of the best baddies in the last season. Not necessarily gonna hold you. Now you can sit here and complain about the bad CGI all day, but if you tell me that I get to have the bad CGI, but get the finest asses to pound, then bad CGI all the way. You can keep your trash like Attack on Titan, your trash like some Demon Slayer, fine. But when it comes down to things, if I'm gonna get to have this in the bed, clapping and flapping, then it is what it is. But anyway, that's essentially all I have for you when it comes to this one. Was this funny? I don't know. I don't necessarily care. But when it comes down to things, hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, be a Patreon member, please. I'm dying. And when it comes down to things, if this being your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.